let's do some summer makeup. I am in my car because my kids are home and it is busy at my house this morning. So I'm running some errands and I went to the gym this morning and now we're going to do some makeup. So I'm going to show you how I do my makeup differently now in the summer than I normally do. Because let's be honest, I don't know about you. Tell me in the comments, do you wear less makeup in the summer or is it the same for you? Because for me, I wear less. I tend to kind of let my natural skin shine through. And so that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to show you kind of some of the products that I feel like are so good for summer skincare. Hello. Hi, friend. How are you? Okay. So this is, yes. Hi, Cannon. Okay. So this is my little car makeup bag that I carry everywhere, and inside I have everything I'm gonna need. And so we're gonna just get started. So as my summer has been going, it's been really busy, really crazy. I'm sure you're the same way, where you're like with your kids or you're doing things outside, and so you either wear no makeup because you feel like it's showing all your fine lines and wrinkles, or it's too heavy, or you're kind of changing your routine, which is what I do. So I'm going to show you kind of from start to finish what I do. There's some new products that I'm going to show you, some old ones that you are used to seeing, and I'm going to answer some of your questions that I'm getting in my DMs. So we're going to start by, actually we're not going to start with that. We're going to put sunscreen on because I haven't done that today. Really, really important. My face is so much lighter than my body, and that's on purpose because I put sunscreen on all the time. A lot of you are saying that you're wearing less makeup in the summer. Some of you are saying it's photo shoot season, so you are wearing more. So it really depends on your goals and what you're doing, obviously. So this is the glowscreen. I absolutely love this. I just got that in my hair. This is in the color Sunrise. Why do I like this one? Anything can work. If you have one that you love, this one is more expensive. e.l.f. has a dupe for this one. I just love this one. But the reason I like this one is it gives me a glowy base. I'm very dry, so I do like to always say that. I'm also 44 if you're brand new here. And I love using something that's going to give me a glow to my skin. Now, I also mix it with this Say. This is a clean beauty brand, so if I have a lot of you asking for clean beauty, Say is awesome. This is their glowy, I think it's their glowy gel. Sunglow is the color I use. So why do I do this? I need color to my face because, like I said, I am a lot lighter on my face than I am the rest of my body. So I just take my hands and start by just putting that all over. Now, throughout the day, I actually will put on more sunscreen. So I am applying sunscreen all the time. I use a different sunscreen. I'll have to show you. I'll post it in my stories hopefully today. But I will show you. I have a garbage truck behind me. There's been leaf blowers. There's been garbage trucks. It's loud. So if you can't hear me, I apologize. I'm trying really hard. I had to get out of the house or you never would have heard me in my house. I just want to make sure I'm not missing comments. Okay. So these are the two that I start with to give me a good base, okay? You can use anything. e.l.f. has a great drop that I also really like. I just love the Say. I'm trying to use as much clean stuff as I possibly can on my skin. It's something that's become really important to me and my family lately, so that's kind of why I chose that one. And then we're going to go in with a primer. So once this has dried, I'm going to use a primer. So this one is a new one. I've never talked about this one before, and I love it. It's Korean skincare, and it's called Glaze It. You can actually, I'm dying. The garbage man is honking in the background. You can use this one with any makeup. It is really, really great. If you have followed me at all, you know I love Korean skincare. So this is called Glaze It. It's by Point of View POV Beauty. Love their products as well. But if you comment summer, any of the makeup I'm using today, I will send you the link. If you don't get the link, message me and I will make sure you get it. Okay. So I'll also post this on my main page. So I like this one. Can you see that? It's like kind of, it's just tacky. It reminds me of like Milk's Hydro Grip Primer. And why do I like this one? I like this one because in the summer, I don't use a primer very often, especially in the winter. I don't need it. But in the summer, I want my makeup to stay put. So if I get sweaty or if I get any type of like oil on the face, I'm very dry, so I don't get that. But if you're oily, this is going to provide like a tackier base so that your makeup stays put, because let's be honest, who has time to reapply their makeup? I don't. So I try to keep it as simple as possible in the summer. If it's not sending you the message, let me know. I tried to set it up before I went live, but I was on my phone and sometimes it doesn't work. So if you don't get the message, message me. I will send you the links. Okay. I'm letting all of these things dry. So while I let that dry, I'm just going to take, this is the Benefit Brow Gel. It's clear. You can use anything. Like I said, I go really simple. I'm not filling in my eyebrows a ton in the summer. It's just everything has to be convenience for me. So I just take this and I just brush my eyebrows up with it. And that is all I do with my eyebrows. If I feel like I'm getting more sparse, then I will go in with like a brow pencil. But today we're going to keep it really easy. So I like to kind of go backwards on the brows like this. And then I just kind of take it and kind of shape what I want. So, okay. So this is the Benefit Brow Gel. Saint has a great one. You can find so many. NYX and NYX, they have a great one too. That's cheaper, more affordable. Some of the products I'm using are a little more high end, but they're ones that I have been using for years. So I do find that the hold of this one, they don't move my brows and it works for me. So, okay, so once I've had all of that on, I'm gonna go into my Riman cushion. I like to put some kind of BB cream, CC cream, skin tint, cushion underneath my makeup because it's one, very lightweight, but it's also going to kind of even everything out because I'm not going to put a lot of layers onto my skin. So I like these cushions from Riman because one, I use their skincare, but they have skincare infused in it. So you can use these alone. You can use them with your Saint makeup. If you're using Saint, you can put them under your foundation. So it really works with everything. I love these. So let me tell you about these. If you've used Tear, which is also a cushion makeup, you might like that one. I personally found that that one was too heavy for me. This one is very lightweight. So I really, really like this one. Sorry, I've got that Sage gel on me. Okay, so it looks like this. And here's a little trick for this, okay? So what I like about these is you can take the cushion. It comes with 2 cushions. So it's gonna last you a long time. You can take this cushion out when it starts getting not as much makeup in it and flip it, and there is a ton of makeup underneath. So you're actually getting a ton of product, and a little is gonna go a long way, but it also has skincare in it, so it's going to really help your skin. I get a lot of kind of like acne and texture to my skin. I mean, at 44, that's kind of expected, maybe, I don't know. For me, that's what my skin does. So I love this because it's going to even everything out. Now, because my skin is a lot lighter than my body, I will say the shade range in this is not my favorite. I feel like they're going to add more, but right now they don't have a huge shade range. So I use 2. I use the light and the natural, what is this one? Natural beige. Natural beige is too dark for me. Light is too light for me. So I have to mix the 2. In the winter, light is perfect for me. So there is that. Okay, so I'm going to use both of these and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm using the BK Beauty 101 brush. You can use anything. I find a denser brush is going to give me a little bit more coverage, which is what I want. So I just kind of tap, don't need much at all. And I'm going to tap into the other one. Don't need much at all, okay? And then I'm just put a little on my hand and then I'm going to go on to my face. So you can just see, like, look how that is covering. So if you are someone who said that, you know, you don't wear a lot of makeup in the summer, this is so lightweight you cannot feel it on the skin, but it is evening everything out with hardly any product at all. So if you are someone who doesn't like liquid foundation, or even your cream foundation feels heavy in the summer, this is really great because it will just even everything out. So I'm just gonna start at the bottom of my face and kind of work my way up. Now here's a tip for you. If you do have texture on the skin, using a little bit darker of a color will help with the texture. If you go too light on the skin, you're gonna show more texture, and we don't want that. So if you do have texture, go just a little bit darker. You can shade up one. You can mix colors like I am, but just shade up, and I promise you, you will see such a big difference in how your makeup looks. It will make you look more youthful. It's a game changer. Okay, so this gives you the glow to your skin too, which I absolutely love. So look how easy that is. That's like my foundation. It's over, like so easy. Now, if I do go a little bit darker and you feel like it's a little too dark, you can use your concealer and you can add it strategically in places, which I'll show you, to kind of make everything look less dark. But you still, especially in this area where a lot of us hold texture, going a little darker is going to just give you way smoother of a look. Okay, so that is just the cushion. And all I did was tap it. I did not touch my under eyes, okay? So I don't use this under my eyes. I'm just using it just around my face. This does this have, no, it does not have SPF in it, which I don't love foundations that have SPF in it because it's just not enough. So I always like to say that. But okay, so that's like my base, okay? You can use that alone, or you can go in with Saint makeup. You can go in with your liquid foundation. Now they're working on the road behind me. This is so funny. Okay, this is real life over here. This is my cream makeup. So I've used this for 6 years. Cream is my go-to. I love it for mature skin. Reason being is I tried liquid foundation forever. I had so much dry skin that my patches would show, texture, fine lines. I hated it. And then I found cream makeup, and it works so good on maturing skin in general. So we're going to use this as my next kind of like base. Like I said, this is so lightweight, you can't feel it. So if you are someone who doesn't like makeup, you don't like the way it feels on your skin, this is a really good option for you. I'm going to take this spray. This is also from my skincare line, the same as the cushion. This has skincare infused in it as well, and it's a setting spray. So I'm just going to set that makeup like this, okay? I don't want my makeup to move in the summer. Like I said, I don't have time to fix it. So I'm just setting as I go. I love using setting spray and layers because it's going to keep your makeup on. So I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go in between these two colors. So this is a main foundation. This is my concealer. I'm just going to mix the two because like I said, I'm kind of in between colors right now. And I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to work my way up, leaving my under eyes alone. Now, cream makeup, people it's like a really heavy makeup. It's not. It's really lightweight. If it feels heavy, cakey, or oily, it's too much product. And so that is one thing that happens when you start using cream, is because we're used to rubbing liquid foundation all over the skin, we use too much. So if you have that feeling, just know that that is not the feeling you should be feeling if you're using cream makeup. And like I said, you can comment summer at any time. I have a free color match that you can do for the cream makeup. And then I also linked the cushion, and I am using light and natural beige in that one. So, okay, so see how this is just evening out my skin, but it still looks glowy. It still looks like my skin. It just looks like a filter, and that's really what I'm going for. But it's not heavy at all. So now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, because you can see I don't have anything under my eyes. I'm gonna use this small brush. It's a brush from It Cosmetics, and I love it, but I cannot find it to link it, so I apologize. Just my favorite. I'm gonna spray a little bit of setting spray on this brush, and I'm gonna go in with my lighter of the two colors. So this is my bronzer and my blush. So everything I need is actually in this tiny palette, which is so great. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of light color down the nose, and then whatever is on my brush is what I'm bringing under the eyes. If you guys have questions about any of this cream makeup or what I'm using, let me know. I'm just bringing that under my eyes. So I'm not putting product under the eyes. If you have texture, fine lines, or wrinkles, do not put product under the eyes. Start at the outer corner of the eye, bring it down the nose, and then whatever is on your brush, you're then bringing it up underneath. And even close to that lash line, I am not putting a lot of product on there. I also put the setting spray on there because it's like a powder. It's like, instead of using powder to create more texture, it's going to make sure that the makeup doesn't move, but it's also going to blend it seamlessly under the eyes. So I'm hardly using any product at all. And you can see it's just evening everything out, which is really what concealer should be. It shouldn't be, concealer isn't something that's going to hide dark circles. That's a color corrector, which I have lots of videos on that. Concealer is going to brighten, and anywhere we're hollowing, we want to use that bright color because that will plump out. So see how I just put it right there on like my folds of my skin where I tend to hollow. You could put it right here, especially if you have jowls. Jowls, it's great for right there. So you're using it strategically. Is it going to take everything away? No, but it is going to give the illusion of having a little bit of plumpness to the skin. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm going to do with that. Now I look flat, okay? And that's the why I don't love just using concealer and foundation. We want to add dimension to the skin. So I'm going to now add a little bit of bronzer. There's so many ways to apply bronzer. A lot of times I will put bronzer on first and then I will put my makeup on because it's going to give me a little bit more coverage. If you have melasma, if you have texture here, putting bronzer on before your foundation is a little trick that's going to help a lot with your texture. But because I want to make this really easy today, I'm just going to tap into my bronzer. And because this is a tin and this brush is pretty big, I don't want to go straight onto my face. I'm actually going to work off my hand because I want to make sure that the bronzer is on the brush evenly before I put it on my face. And then I'm kind of going right along where the rounded part of my cheekbone is, and I'm bringing it up like this. And don't worry, if you feel like it didn't blend well, we can always go back in with that concealer brush that I had, and it has concealer on it, and we can kind of clean up anything that we feel, you know, isn't even on the skin. So I always say don't worry about it. It's more about placing it first, and then you can always go back and correct. Now bronzer is a personal preference. I love bronzer. I love to look more tan than I am because I'm very white on my face. And like I said, if you're brand new hanging out with me, we want to go a little bit darker with maturing skin because it's going to give you more less texture on the skin. So I'm going to go back in, and I want to really lighten this area under the eye. So I'm just going back in and kind of cleaning up anywhere I may be messed up. So you can come here, kind of clean up. So don't be afraid of where you're putting it because you can always go and clean it up later. Okay, that's bronzer. Super easy. I just have to make sure I can't see very well. I'm 44 and I just got my progressives, you guys. Just got progressives. So I can't see very well, and so I'm just looking in my mirror as I kind of go along, okay? See how I have warmth? See how I have texture? I don't have the texture to my skin. Everything looks a lot more even. You saw in the beginning, I had acne. I had texture on my cheeks, and now everything is very evened out, kind of like a filter, but I look glowy. And so we've brought the glow back to the skin, to our skin, because as we age, we get dull. So now I'm just going to go in with my lip and cheek color. This is Baby Watermelon, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get it on my brush, but it's not even. So I'm just going to go back onto my hand, make sure it's coated evenly on the brush, and then I like to apply it in a lifted way. So I just kind of come up on the high points of the cheeks. Total preference. I love this one. This is called Baby Watermelon. You can bring it onto the apples of the cheeks if you want more of like that plump look to the face. If you're hollowing here, putting it on the apples of the cheeks is great. If you want more lifted, you want to keep it about from the eye up. So I just kind of ended up doing more of like a sun kiss look today. Literally, that's it, you guys. So easy. And then all I do is I spray it with the setting spray. And then I put on a little bit of lipstick. If I wanted to, I literally could do my, I could do my eyeshadow with the bronzer, but we're just gonna not today because I literally just want a very fresh face of makeup. But this is it. Like, this is what I do. I am gonna apply just a little bit of mascara. I have some on, but it's kind of coming off from the gym this morning. Just apply a little bit more. But that is it. And I love this for a summer look. It feels light. It doesn't feel heavy. I still look like myself, but my skin just looks evened out. And that's really the goal that I want to go for when I'm putting makeup on in the summer, is just to look like myself, but to still have that glowy, almost like a filter without trying. Like someone's not looking at you and thinking like, oh my gosh, your makeup looks so heavy. And like I said, you have that skincare in your makeup, which is even better too. So I will post this. You can comment the word summer and it will send you the links to what I'm using. I do have a free color match quiz that you can do with the cream makeup, and then I send you back all my suggestions for you. Those are customizable too, so you can customize anything in a palette. You can make it as small, you can add eyeshadows as big as you want, and then the cushion makeup is super easy too, because I can also help you with that. So just reach out if you need help with that. But I hope that this helped. I hope that you realize that as we age, we can still wear makeup. We can still have it look really natural while still getting the coverage that we want and making it lightweight. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have the best week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.